to decide which one they're going to use.
To the edge of the 18, a scuffed shot that really went nowhere. It was taken by Donaciano. Jose Donaciano. Good-looking cross here, but Yannick Ettel quickly out to nab it. Ettel made the team of the week in week 1 in the 1-1 draw against the Tampa Bay Rowdies by saving a penalty. And as Brad mentioned, he has allowed just 1 goal now in 390 minutes worth of the run of play. Again, was beaten by a penalty on Wednesday against the Michigan Stars in Open Cup action. Ettel has made several impressive saves, but he doesn't make a lot of them. Where Ettel has been most impressive, as the fact is that he has had no problem with the ball at his feet and with a defender in close vicinity. Has not bothered him in the slightest.
No, you know, it's going to take me a little while just to get used to it, because there are some moments that it kind of takes your breath away. You get a little bit nervous, but he's so calm on the ball and so good with his feet. But it does give you those little moments of, oh.
Well, frankly, we have been blessed to have seen so many great goalkeepers in the now 10-year history of the Indy 11. It's Christian Neek, John Bush, Evan Newton, Owen Fawn Williams, Jordan Farr, etc. Everybody has their own kind of idiosyncrasies.
Right.
No one is willing to get as far away from his own net as Yannick Ettel has been in his first month with the team.
And it fits so well with Coach Lowry's plan of building from the back as you get an extra field player back in there.
Memo Diaz plays this one forward. Again, Dispay wins the foot race, and a bit of a nudge that time from Darius Formella.
It's a great call. You know, you take a look, that bump was just enough to knock him off of being able to gain possession, but was subtle enough that, you know, you could miss it.
Of course, this match is brought to us by Select, the official match ball supplier of the USL Championship and many elite leagues throughout Europe. Visit SelectSportAmerica.com for the latest Select product specials and more. Select, the player's choice.
Well, I didn't see much in that. I didn't think that was a foul.
Well, the second one whistled in the attacking third against the Indy 11 here in the opening 6 minutes of play. Wenzati, the alleged guilty party.
I really like the build up on that first one, and you know, very similar to what they do on corner kicks. They have 2 different options off of each, depending on how it looks and who's gonna hit it.
Memo Diaz, you see, standing with his hands on his hips. He will send it in, looking back post, headed down, but right at Yannick Ettel.
What a great ball, great serve in. You cannot get beat to the back post like that.
Anwar Jose Pelaez with the shot. We're seeing a bit more traffic around Ettel than he has become accustomed to over the course of these last few matches. Martinez finds Wenzati. Wenzati plays it across. Aiden Quinn trying to settle. Couldn't find a teammate. Wenzati. Wow. Get a shot away.
Great job of holding possession, waiting for a run to develop. Just closed off before they were able to make a good play.
The yin and yang of it, though, if Oakland's going to spend a bit more resources going forward, what we have seen from Las Vegas and Michigan this week, it then seems to reckon there'll be a little bit more room at the other end of the park, as was the case on that opportunity.
The game will open up. They play very often in a 3-4-3, and then when they lose possession, they drop their wing mids in.
Asante Martinez. Martinez could not get there in time. Goal kick coming.
They drop those wing mids in so that they defend with 5. So for Indy, can they get in transition quick enough before the wing mids can drop back and support the 3 backs?
An absolutely packed Brickyard battalion. And I cannot thank the hardiest members of the BYB enough for being here on Wednesday for the Open Cup match. Because of the weather forecast, because of the hour delay, it was, frankly, a friends and family type of evening here on Wednesday. But the Brickyard Battalion was at full song, and they gave that match a pulse when it was needed.
Well, tip of the hat to you as well, my friend. We weren't broadcasting, and you were here.
I was here in the broadcast booth in case, you know, a broadcast just happened out of nowhere.
Just in case a microphone fell from heaven.
Just in case there was a need, I was here on standby. Another throw-in coming here for Oakland Roots. Made their debut in Nisa. This is their 3rd year of playing in the USL Championship, so a similar arc as Detroit City. Oakland has won playoff matches in each of their last 2 seasons. They've reached the conference semifinals in their debut campaigns in the championship. Murad to Diaz. Diaz. Pelaez at the edge of the 18 for Mella. Good couple of touches here, and Edel has to pounce. But again, we're seeing a team in Oakland that is much more interested in attacking. We've seen the last couple of times out against Indy.
Well, you can see the difference in having a three front that Oakland is playing with in what we saw with Michigan Stars with just one target and sitting in and defending, and then with Las Vegas where they were just sitting in and looking to counter. Now you've got a little bit more spread in the back line because of how wide Oakland's playing in the attack.
Joseph Nane commits the foul for Oakland. Tonight's match presented in part by our friends at Keystone Construction. It's more than construction at Keystone. We build a vision. Martinez plays it across. Blanchette able to watch that one go by. Guenzati was in the area, but not exactly in a threatening position. In Oakland, they had to make the lengthy travel arrangements to get here. They did get the benefit of playing a day early. Their opponent of the NPSL ranks that they defeated to get to the next round of Open Cup play. This one gets by Vasquez. And right at Edel. So it's been a lot of balls directed at Yannick's way, but nothing of the crazy threatening variety so far.
Well, again, the difference is the three up front right now don't allow Indy to jam up space with a defender that's marking and a cover back behind him. It's 1v1, and when they can slot a ball through that seam, then it becomes a foot race.
So where are the areas that Indy 11 can take advantage of? Where are the areas attacking this 3-4-3?
Well, you've got to try and catch them in transition. See, right now you've got the wing mids have dropped back in, and now you've got a five back. And that makes it very, very difficult to find spaces and opportunities.
Tremendous hustle by Martinez. Here's Budati. Blake couldn't keep it at his feet. Excellent work by the Roots to clear that opportunity. Flag goes up. Budati went all 120 minutes on Wednesday night. There was some thought that he would at least come off the bench in tonight's match, but he just said he was ready to go. And in talking with Mark Lowry yesterday for Soccer Saturday, he said, listen, he goes, yeah, we had guys play extended minutes, but we were in such control of both of those matches as we've saved some mileage because of that fact.
Yeah, it was not a back and forth game where it was 120 minutes of straight up and down the field. But you looked at it too, and I was watching it towards the end and saying, okay, guys like Vasquez, Budati, Guenzati, Tejada that have gone the full 120, how does it look? Have they lost a little bit in their step? And in that last bit of overtime, it was still the same pace getting up and down the field.
Well, we'll see how that step maybe is affected when we get to half number 2. Since we mentioned Soccer Saturday, this reminder, you can go back and listen anytime at 1075thefan.com or anchor.fm/Indy-11. This week on the show, Mark Lowry, Cam Lindley, Yannick Edel, and congratulations to Kiki Wallace. And we have the trophies to prove it. In the Indy 11 Academy squads, the boys U19 and boys U15 teams, winners of their Academy Cup divisions in South Florida last weekend. And we'll talk more about that during our post-game show tonight. But the trophies are bracketing our broadcast location. Brad and I will take pictures with them during commercial breaks with lucky fans for a nominal fee. And the transition quick by Oakland. Oakland not shy about attacking Indy 11 in the early going again. Cross here. Edel watches that one tail by, and maybe a bit of a break that time by Indy that a foul was whistled.
That's a big break because Budati had, the way he was running with his hips away from the field of play, there were 3 Oakland Roots players in that vicinity. There was very little opportunity for him to be able to successfully clear that ball. The foul bailed Indy out in that moment.
Edel on the distribution, and no one was in the vicinity. Tonight's match presented in part by Sports Tech HQ. Indiana, winning is in our DNA. For more information, visit forthewinners.com. It's Indy 11 team with 1 win and 2 draws so far in league action. Lone win at Detroit City some 2 weeks ago. Pelaez, the lone target. Diz Pay with him step for step.
And you look at, Oakland coming in at 1-1-1. They're a team that arguably should be undefeated as well. A bicycle kick and a ball from midfield that caught up in the wind against defending champion San Antonio, or their 1 win and 2 draws as well.
Budati, the long distance target. Last 2 league matches for Oakland. 1-0 win against New Mexico, 1-1 draw against RGV. And then 3-1 winners in Open Cup play on Tuesday. We'll bring this up at halftime, but the next Indy 11 Open Cup match will be against the Columbus Crew at Lower.com Stadium, which is an absolute gem in downtown Columbus. It'll be Wednesday, April the 26th at 7:30. Feka. He is clattered into by Aiden Quinn. Quinn immediately offers a hand up.
Very good job of Indy in stopping the transition that time. You had a couple of players from the roots that were running into space, and Indy was able to get a defender right in front of the ball and deny the serve.
Sports This Match is brought to us by Community Health Sports Medicine. Exceptional care simply delivered. So 50 minutes in, and frankly, the better scoring opportunities have been dictated by the visitors. Martinez able to sneak behind the last line of defense. Now can he track it down? The answer is no. But it's attacking that long diagonal ball that seemingly has provided the best looks to this early juncture for Mark Lowry's team.
Well, when Oakland gets all 5 back, there's no space to play through. You're hoping you can catch that back line up a little bit and be able to drop a ball over the top.
Diaz, the ball at his feet. Formerly played for Mark Lowry in El Paso, did Memo. And Memo, then a foul was given, and there was a point towards the opposite direction. I think that was by mistake. It's Indy 11 possession. That's what Matt Thompson agrees with as well.
You look at the discipline in that last play. Budati, before he would release and go press the ball from Oakland, he checks his shoulder to make sure that somebody has his mark.
The first real set piece opportunity for the Indy 11 tonight. Quinn and Blake, 2 of the offseason acquisitions, stand over it. Quinn bends it in. Oakland got ahead to it first. Flicked backwards by Diz Pay, but nothing comes out of that. You see Quinn, we talked about his family ties to the sport last week. His dad, an indoor soccer legend in this country. Formerly played for the U.S. men's national team after coming this way from Ireland to play in the original North American Soccer League. Pressure by the Indy 11. Good takeaway by Quinn. Quinn, ball knocked forward. Asante couldn't keep it at his feet. That will be a corner. That was an Oakland boot that got to it first. Asante had 3 assists on Wednesday. Looking for that first goal this season. Thought he had it for a fraction of a moment.
Oh, you look at that quick interplay in there. Great opportunity by Quinn, sliding in, making sure that Indy can maintain possession here in the attacking third. That little bit of extra effort spent there prevents the whole team from having to track back.
It's Quinn on the left-footed in-swinger coming up here for the Indy 11. All the way across and all the way through, and nothing doing there. Goal kick for Blanchett in Oakland. A missed opportunity by the Indy 11. Blanchett gets a trade here in this half. The sun is not in his eyes. That's the good news. The bad news is about 1,000 folks that really don't like him right now are in his ear as he gets ready to send this ball towards the eastern end of the park and towards downtown Indianapolis. Fantastic crowd on hand tonight, with the weather forecast being really good for the several days heading into it. That will be a foul, and that will be a card, and that'll be against Tariq Murad.
You talk about the impact of playing in front of the BYB, and I can tell you in those heated moments where the ball's in the box, it doesn't impact you. You just can't hear it. But it's those times in between where they can start planting seeds in your head and start to get a little bit of sidewaysness in the way that you think.
So Murad, just a bit of a miss, and with that, had to give the foul. So first yellow of the match. We last saw Tarek play for the Tampa Bay Rowdies in 2018 and 2019. His 10th year in the USL Championship for the former Anteater. Means he played at UC Irvine. You're welcome. I know you missed those references. As do those of you on the bingo card. Don't think I've forgotten about that either, Indy 11 fans. I think we scratched 2 of those last week. We'll try to pick up the pace a little bit more here this week on the program.
That file cabinet in your head is incredible. Doesn't miss a thing.
It's like Morgan Freeman's from Bruce Almighty. Lindley, back post. Great job to get there first by Oakland. It will be a corner as it trickles to the right of the corner flag. And Cam Lindley had the last bit of service. He'll go to that far side corner flag as well. This reminder, fans, you can take the boys in blue with you wherever you go. Download the all-new Indy 11 app in the Apple Store, and you can get it on Google Play. Lindley. Blake the target. Couldn't control it on the one-time opportunity. And there will be a foul called against Indy.
I love the thought, though. I love the setup of that. And I love Blake not looking at 2 touches in that moment.
As we have known from watching Jack play since 2016, he has never lacked for confidence, has Jack.
No. And in those moments, too, you know, if you can just get it down, there's so much traffic in the box. It's tough for the goalkeeper to see. It just nicks off somebody, and anything happens on those moments.
Lindley applying pressure leads to a foul. Restart. Now we'll hold for the Indy 11, but that's really the second or third kind of transitional foul that we have seen by Oakland, just because Indy has picked up the pace as Oakland has the ball in their defensive half. The possession has been so lopsided the last 2 matches for Indy 11. We haven't really talked about the high press because they never lost the ball.
Right, right.
Now we're talking about it more tonight, which is even more impressive considering that for most of these guys, 3rd match in 8 days. Blake delivers. Rocking it away by an Oakland defender. Udati will reset. Long distance ball that airmailed Guenzati a bit. Eastpay played this for safety. Good find by Quinn. Dambrot takes a tumble. Foul given. Will a card follow? Haven't seen it yet. Dambrot just returning to full health after he suffered a broken foot at the end of February. Dambrot made his season debut as a reserve last Saturday against Las Vegas Lights. He played the entirety of the second half and added time on Wednesday night. He took a heck of a tumble here. That is Emra Clementa that was the guilty party.
Yeah, the difficult part is when you throw that first yellow, you kind of set the standard as to where that line is. And then when a foul happens that is stronger than that.
Let's see if after much deliberation, a yellow is going to be given here. Just a talking to right now.
Now you blur the line if you don't bring that card. Oh. All right.
There it is.
Okay, there you go. I like this. I like the consistency.
When Clementa had the handshake, it's like, okay, I'm home free. Not so much.
That's what I thought too. You know, a solid job of officiating by this official. You know, when you put that line in the sand and it has an egregious foul after it, you gotta stay with the standard you set.
So second yellow shown to the Roots here in the opening 23 minutes. On the service, Balson doesn't find an Indy 11 target. But this match is now starting to fall into what is a familiar pattern that is usually played in the offensive half of the Indy 11.
Well, you referenced it a moment ago. So much of what Coach Lowry does is the counter press. We lose that ball. How quickly can we win it back? How quickly? How much energy can we spend right here in this moment so we don't have to defend for 45 seconds or so?
Edel, which is right around the attacking player. Here's Dambrot off to the races. Rito back with him step for step. Dambrot trying to cut it back. Ball sent in, looking for Martinez. Couldn't get there, couldn't get his steps right. But Blake will keep the attack alive for Indy. Budati. The left-footed cross. Headed down. Can Guenzati get there? No. Good job by Blanchette to read it and squelch the opportunity for the home team.
You can see Coach Lowry's clapping. It's here we go, boys. Here we go, boys. It all started. Cam Lindley pulling that ball off the back line and dropping it over the outside back from Oakland for Robbie Dambrot to collect.
Cam Lindley's second team All-League last year, playing for the Switchbacks in Colorado Springs. Playing a slightly different role this year, playing a little further back on the pitch, more of that holding midfielder role that is critical on any team, but especially in this diamond alignment that Mark Lowry wants to play. Edel will kind of wait for things to get settled.
What a ball. Oh my goodness. So casual.
Quinn plays it for Martinez. Martinez. The touch for Blake, has a hit. Big boot of Danny Barbier got in the way. Another corner coming. This will be corner number 3 taken by the Indy 11, really in the last 10 to 15 minutes of this match.
Starting to open up a little bit. And we talked about it in an earlier match. You can start to see the process. You can start to see the plan.
So it's Quinn. Ball bending, but right to Blanchette, and not enough traffic there to bother him. A little closer to the back post than I'm probably sure Quinn was hoping it would be. Hayden has been an all-league performer out in the Western Conference, either for Orange County or Phoenix, and then Blanchette, the errant distribution. Sports This match is brought to us by Keystone Construction. Keystone, it's more than construction. We build a vision.
It's a difficult moment for Blanchette as a keeper. You know, you're under a little bit of stress here as Indy's just navigated this last 5-10 minutes in your defensive third, and you're hoping to give your team just a little bit of space to breathe, and then you have an unforced error.
Lindley looking for Budati.
My goodness.
Finds him in stride. Budati, great sliding tackle away by Diaz, but this is starting to develop into a familiar refrain. Corner kick coming for the Indy 11.
My goodness, that Cam Lindley, that's just not fair. You know, it's both sides right now. Dropping it over the right back for Robbie Dambrot. Okay, that's jammed up. Drop it over the left back for Martinez.
They'll switch it up and have Lindley take it from this side. Ball flicked by Guenzati. Found the target of the striker. Striker could not keep it on target in Seba. And his first Indy 11 goal in Open Cup play on Wednesday night. Sebastian, 5 goals last year in somewhat of a reduced role for the Tampa Bay Rowdies. And after 5 successful seasons in St. Pete, like to come play for a team he has played against since 2014.
Look, he had a down season as far as goals, but that's because Fernandez elevated as the goal scorer. And Guenzati did what you'd want from a great player, is he started playing a setup man instead of being the goal scorer.
Sometimes broadcasts are on a slight delay, 5, 7, 10 seconds. Sometimes whistles are too. Delayed call, but the right call on the handball against Diaz that matched the delayed call, but the right call on the yellow against Clementa. And the restart yet again coming for the Indy 11.
I'm impressed. Normally we talk about officials and it's always something negative. I've been impressed so far.
I think we are as kind to officials as any broadcast crew in the league. Quinn cuts it back.
What a ball.
Asante's off. He's off.
Now, here's the thing. As a coach, you start playing devil's advocate on stuff. So right now, the game is tilted in your favor. You're getting opportunities. there's a balance to games. There's going to be moments that Oakland's going to grab it. So you're starting to think, hey, we're spending all this time, all this energy. We have to get rewarded here.
Yeah, to describe it accurately, you'd say the first 10 minutes kind of belong to Oakland. Last 20 have belonged to the Indy 11. Last year, after 4 matches, the Indy 11 sitting on 2 points. Their hope is to be sitting on 8 after this one tonight. Birmingham Legion currently leaders in the Eastern Conference. We're going to go back to, again, another delayed reaction foul. This one against the Indy 11. This one committed by Budati. And now for the first time in seemingly 20 minutes, here's an opportunity for the Oakland Roots. Fans, you can show your Indy 11 pride and get your exclusive Indiana Members Credit Union Indy 11 debit card at any IMCU branch or online at imcu.com today.
The way this field is laid out, this goal has always got a little bit of trouble with the sun in the first half. You're almost at the end of it.
Umfeka headed backwards by Jesus Vasquez. Donasiano didn't get as much as he wanted to on it. Now Rito under pressure by Guenzati, and that was the very wise move. Retreat all the way back to Blanchette, try to start it again. Flag stays down. Deemed to be onside was Oakland. Diaz plays it across, and Pelaez got a look, just couldn't steer it on target. And Yannick will restart things here in minute number 31.
Hey, here's one thing that you love to see. You know, Guenzati has established himself as a premier goal scorer in this league. In Coach Lowry's system, it is pressing every ball back to the goalkeeper. Let's make him have to make a decision, and let's make him have to execute. Guenzati not only pressures the ball at midfield, when it goes back to Blanchette, he is off on a 35-yard sprint to apply pressure to that ball. Love to see that kind of buy-in.
Martinez couldn't track it down. Lindley couldn't win the foot race. Donasiano trying to create a window of space. Gives it a hit, does not get through. And offside because of kind of who it ricocheted off of. The Oakland player deemed to be in an offside position. Donasiano that took that shot for Oakland. Phenomenal story. Third-year pro of Burundian descent. Was born in a refugee camp in Tanzania. Emigrated to the States as a young child. Became a U.S. citizen 3 years ago.
What a great story that is. Could that happen anywhere else?
Probably not. Young man with the 20th pick in the MLS Super Draft 2 years ago for Nashville SC. Asante foul. Looking for Guenzati. Guenzati can't get there in time. What's going through the mind of Mark Lowry right now, Brad?
Yeah, you know, I got to tell you, I mentioned it a few minutes ago, as a coach, you have both half of your mind in optimistic places and the other half in, okay, you know, we're spending this energy, we're dominating play, we just have to finish a ball. And here's the thing, too, is, you know, when you're putting a team together from the start, the stuff you have to work on first is defending. Because a goal conceded costs you so much more than a goal scored gets you. So you have to put the defensive pieces in place. The offensive rhythm, all of that stuff comes with time. And to give you an example of that, 9 out of the top 10 teams in the USL right now, as far as goals scored, are in the South or out West. And a lot of that has to do with the fact that they're able to get out on the field, whereas the northern teams are either fighting bad weather or they're indoors.
Again, the pressure by the Indy 11. Despair all the way up the park, chasing Formella. He will sprint back to get into his normal center back position. Lindley able to navigate the midfield. Quinn.
Oh, my goodness.
What a find to Dambrot. But Limenta holds him up. Dambrot trying to weave his way around him. Robbie sends it across. Couldn't get it past Barbier.
Wow.
But one more time to the corner flag we go. That is 5 in the first 33 minutes for the Indy 11.
It is fun to watch Cam Lindley off the ball. And he's hovering around it. He's the release point whenever somebody's in trouble. They play it back to him, and then boom, he finds the open opportunity.
Dambrot, one of the real building pieces from a season ago, acquired by the Indy 11 in early August. Lindley sends it in, curling ball back post all the way through. Asante turns on the Jets to track it down. Now Blake takes a look. Blanchette, great read.
That is a great read and great explosiveness off his line.
But then he has a miscue in distribution.
I think he might have got bumped on that, and yeah, he's arguing for a call on that, but you got to be careful when you're in that kind of traffic. Something goofy can happen.
So in league play, home fans have yet to see a goal for or against the Indy 11. Those that brave the elements on Wednesday saw a few more. Kick from the spot by the Michigan Stars, the champions of NISA, who were here on Wednesday night. And then 3 for the home side. Just the 4th Open Cup win in the history of the Indy 11. Barbier. The 11 fans have seen Barbier before, and
don't.
The days for Sporting Kansas City 2. In Danny's days of playing for SKC 2, Indy and Sporting Kansas City 2 would play 4 times a season. So Barbier was on a regular basis. Diaz the target. Formella played it behind Pelaez. There's some nervousness to that, but be able to work its way through it. Blake, the takeaway. Launches Martinez, who was onside. Budati makes the supporting run and gets the ball at his feet. Budati goes down. Not enough in it. Budati stays down. We play on. Budati now gets up. Good job by Lindley to knock that ball away from Diaz. Donaciano plays it through. Edel ends the trouble.
Great read. Tell you, I'm a fan of Formella. I think this is a kid that can play make from this position. He finds the right guy. He's able to strike that ball into the right seam, but he's also a guy that can finish.
Barish had 17 goals in 2.5 years in the Sacramento Republic. Had 4 goals last season. It's his 2nd season with the Roots, originally from Poland. Of course, this match is brought to us by your Central Indiana Honda dealers. Central Indiana is proud to be Honda's home turf as well. Search your local Honda dealer today. Guenzati. Martinez cuts in, but the flag is up.
Yeah, just a step. Just left a little bit too soon. And you saw from the moment that ball came to Cam Lindley, he was looking for it, and Guenzati just left a little bit too quick.
Seba had 19 goals in 2019, 21 goals in 2021. You clearly see mathematically where this is going in 2023. It's an odd year. It's a good year for Mr. Guenzati.
Think about that. If he reaches that amount, renegotiate every odd year.
Contract negotiation 25 could be a problem. Barbier. Murad sizing up his options. Formella trying to break through. Budati races back and calmly steps on that. And Edel. Now a bit of a giveaway by Despain. Flag goes up. 1 pass too many. Despain with a quick word of encouragement, if not teaching, from Mark Lowry. Despain, the next to last player acquired by the Indy 11 just before the beginning of the season. We saw him in Tulsa last year where he played 30 times. Mark Lowry thinks that all the makings are there for Adrian.
100%.
To be one of the best center backs in this league. It's just a matter of putting all the pieces together. And we have been very impressed what we have seen from the native of Cuba so far. The first Cuban to play for the Indy 11 in its 10-year existence.
And what's interesting on that turnover was a one-touch ball across the box that, you know, went awry and led to that opportunity. It's one of the things through the National Coaching Symposium that Indy 11 put on this winter that Coach Lowry talked about. Hey, take 2 touches. Let's be sure of that. Let's be sure of that ball across the back line.
That'll be a foul against the Indy 11. That'll go against Jesus Vasquez. Let's remind your fans, make sure you watch Wish TV, your local news source. Find them online at wishtv.com. And of course, we are on Wish tonight. First of 4 matches this season to be seen on Wish. We'll sign off about 9:30 from our post-game coverage. Wish TV News begins promptly at 10. Diaz. Knocked away by Jack Blake. Donaciano. Trying to hold off D's pay. Good luck with that.
Well done. Well done. And it's tough. You want to reach in there. You want to get a piece of that ball, but you also have to stay away from the foul because Oakland is so dangerous.
And there is a foul against Budati. And it's been a largely quick whistle tonight. The one time that wasn't the case was on the potential contact inside of the box as Budati went to the turf a few minutes earlier. But Oakland starting to wrestle a bit of possession back in their favor, and the broadcaster jinx works perfectly. As then they step on it, and Blake gets the takeaway. Now Guenzotti widens the pitch.
Good counter.
Has multiple players going forward with him. Blake at the edge of the 18 has a hit, but very much a non-threatening ball to Blanchette.
Yeah, and I tell you, the first touch that Blake took froze Oakland into the box centrally, left Martinez open on the right. One more ball across the box might have created a little bit better look.
He's paid. Aren't many balls like that he is not going to win. Nane. Feka. Pimenta will track this down. Through ball. And again, Edel pounces on it. He has not had to make a spectacular save just yet, but and his footwork continues to be impeccable for the native of Germany. He spent last year with Hartford Athletic. Asante goes to the turf. Not enough in it. Asante sends a player to the turf, and there's something in that. And the point goes to the other direction. Stay tuned. Coming up at halftime, we'll talk about the U.S. Open Cup victory on Wednesday night for the Indy 11. Plus, take our look around the USL Championship, scores, standings, and more. We'll also catch up with the head coach of the Indy 11, Mark Lowry. All coming up at halftime. Hyatt Place and Hyatt House, downtown Indianapolis. Experience comfort in downtown Indy. See on your screen, if it's good enough for Zeke, believe me, it is good enough for you. If those pillows fit his big head, you're going to be fine. Memo Diaz sends it in. Dambrot will simply lift it out of the 18. It was a late penalty to end the first half on Wednesday that sent Indy chasing the game for some brief moments at the end of half one, beginning of half number two.
It's difficult to break a team down. You know, when they left, Michigan Stars literally left one player up and 9 back in their defensive third. Difficult to break down. And then when the penalty kick happens and they convert and they're up a goal, now it's even tougher because there's no need to really start getting out of shape at all.
Edel couldn't get there in time. That's going to be a tap in. Oakland's got the goal to start the match, and we have complimented Edel so many times in terms of what he has done well. He made a decision to go get it, and when he did not get there, left a wide open net. Oakland has the first goal of the match in minute number 43.
And look, that's exactly what a leader does. Hey, yeah, let's go, let's go, let's go. Let's get it done.
And the goal scored, Lindo Mfeka. Formella will get the assist, and That just deft little touch with the head. He saw Edel flying at him and knew once he had him beat, there was nobody else back there. Could have walked this one in.
Yeah, and that tip of the hat to Formella on that, just to put a ball right there on the edge that forces a decision from the back line and forces a decision from the goalkeeper.
Becca, former draft pick of San Jose and Major League Soccer. So Indy will chase this one. It's the second goal that Indy has allowed from the run of play this year. How does this change the tenor of the match, Brad?
Well, you look at how Oakland has been sending bodies forward, especially with the three front, and spreading Indy out and looking for those seams in between. They don't have to support it. They don't have to leave their shape as much. So it's going to congest things a little bit in the back for Indy to have to open up and break down.
How does that affect Edel as a goalkeeper? You have lived that for so many years. Now what's going through his mind the rest of the night?
There's a little bit of anger because you know you're better than that, and you just made a mistake, and your team has to now pick you up. And when you're on the other side of this, as whether you're a coach or a field player, and you recognize how many times he's been there for you, you know, the PK in the opening match that he saves, and the moments that he's destroyed an attacking opportunity by coming off his line, collecting it in the air or something. Hey, you feel this sense as a player, we got you. We're going to get this for you.
1 minute of extra time before we go to our halftime break. So second consecutive home match, including the Open Cup, where Indy has trailed by a goal. In terms of league play, it is the second time they have trailed this season. They trailed 1-0 for a good chunk of half number 2 at Al Lang Stadium some 4 weeks ago before getting a late penalty converted on by Aiden Quinn to get a point from the opening match of the campaign. Diaz, good looking ball that Diz Pay got in the way of. Then Blake goes to the turf, and that'll draw a whistle. Now the question is there time enough for Indy to take advantage of it? With us down to the final seconds of the opening frame. In other words, if you're Indy, send everybody up, which they are largely doing. Lindley restarts quickly. Blake, Martinez, back post. Couldn't find a target. Quinn lifts it, Blanchett. Had to make the diving effort to save it.
Love it.
And that will be a corner, and this will be allowed to play out. So again, Indy can keep everybody up. They like to restart quickly. Martinez slides it through. Defender gets in the way, and that'll do it. Yep, that's the whistle. Indy, knowing they had to play quickly, tried to do what they could. However, it was Lindo Mfeka just moments ago that got the goal for Oakland. Maybe to some degree against the run of play, but the Roots have been impressive, no doubt about it. And they have a 1-goal advantage here at halftime. Any quick tweaks or changes for Mark Lowry in half number 2?
I think since it's fresh in everybody's mind, you remind them that on Wednesday night you were in the same position. You were down a goal, late goal in the half, and you came back and you got 3.
Speaking of Wednesday night, we'll talk about that when we come back. 1-0 Indy trails as you're watching on Wish TV and ESPN+.
Con el 1, 2, 3, que tú vas a ver con el 1, 2, 3, que chévere, actitud, actitud, actitud. Esto se hizo para bailar como el mambo, cuando tú lo escuchas te enloqueces bailando.
It's very true that it takes a village to raise a child. And when it comes to my healthcare village at Community Health Network, it's all nestled right in my phone. Accessing healthcare is the ability to be connected with your provider and ask a question when you need it. I feel like when I'm meeting with a community nurse practitioner or doctor, they're tuned in to what is going on with me and the way that they can serve me best.
Stand by me.
And the winner of the Indianapolis 500.
Indiana, winning is in our DNA. And we're winning the future with $22 billion in new business investment, building an economy of the future with unprecedented momentum. Indiana, for the winners.
Welcome back. It is halftime here at Michael A. Carroll Stadium. This place has been hopping with Indy 11 soccer last Saturday in league play. But in this segment, we're focused on what happened on Wednesday night. Indy 11 looking for a first Open Cup win in 4 years, and they got it. It took some extra time. They got down right before halftime because of a penalty that was converted by the Stars, 1-0. But much like Saturday's game against Las Vegas, all the offense dictated by the Indy 11. This time, Brad, the difference was they found the back of the net. Once in the second half, twice in added time, 3-1 on to the next round for the Indy 11.
You could see from the opening that the Michigan Stars were content to pack it in the back, look for counter opportunities, and hope for a restart. And you're hoping as the other team that doesn't happen before you start finding the back of the net, because it makes it really difficult to break them down.
Goal scorers by Robledo, Guenzati, and Juan Tejada. So the time was set yesterday as to when the Indy 11 will play. We learned on Thursday whom they would play. A second ever competitive match against the Columbus Crew. This is the first time these two teams have played when it counted since June of 2014.
Are we going?
We're working on that.
All right.
Now, the Indy 11 advance like 19 other teams did from the USL Championship. 4 teams, though, got sent home and were the victim of cup sets. Colorado Springs Switchbacks beaten by our buddy Eamon Zaya, Northern Colorado Hailstorm. But to me, the story was Tulsa being beaten by an amateur side from their own town. That's one of the results that got attention all across North America.
That's painful on so many different levels because you can't escape it. It's not like you're playing somebody else and it's never going to pop in again. You're going to see these guys in the gas station, the grocery store. It's going to come up forever.
So again, April 26th is when the Indy 11 will resume their march to the U.S. Open Cup. They have never won back-to-back matches in an Open Cup competition. Let's hope that changes here in 2023. Stay tuned. More halftime coverage comes your way next. Our look around the USL Championship comes your way in a matter of moments as you're watching Indy 11 soccer here on Wish TV, ESPN Plus, and the Indy 11 television network.
We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals. We all have goals. But let's be honest. Most of us aren't going to be professional athletes. But if your goal is to finish your degree, we can help. Come to a university that puts your goals first. Bellevue University, your partner in finishing goals.
Trade your current vehicle and get more. Save thousands on all new CRVs with 3.9% financing or $329 a month. Drive with 2 years of complimentary Honda maintenance. To trade, save, and drive, search your local Honda dealer.
Meet Chip. 30 years ago, he started a small business with a big idea. Today, there's a new building, a new fleet of equipment, and a new era of leadership. But we know Chip, and at Indiana Members Credit Union, we know he plans to keep growing, building business with the next generation. IMCU is here to help with secure and simple account management tools and commercial financing to grow business. Today, it's all about Chip. Tomorrow, it's all about you. Because at IMCU, it's you that matters.
When it has a 182-point inspection by factory-trained technicians, Honda certified it. When it has a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty, Honda certified it. Only when you buy a certified pre-owned Honda at your local Honda dealer, Honda certified it.
Back at Carroll Stadium, 1-0 the lead for the Oakland Roots over the Indy 11 at halftime. We'll talk more about this match coming up in a matter of moments, but now we'll spend this next segment talking about everything else that is happening in the USL Championship. Although the possession that the Indy 11 had last Saturday against Las Vegas Lights, again, that is a record. And we have a couple of trophies right in front of us to talk about the U19 and U15 boys championships. More about that in the post-game show. And from an Indy perspective, what's as fun as talking about the Indy 11 doing great things? Lou City losing. They fell to Sacramento 5-0 last week. Worst loss in team history. Lost to RGV the Saturday before 3-0. I think they're ready to kind of right the ship, though. Let's look at scores now from elsewhere across the league. And yes, they have. 1-0. They beat Trevor James' squad in Detroit City. FC Tulsa falls again, this time to San Diego 2-1. Hartford a 1-goal leader against the Charleston Battery. Here off to a similarly good start as the Indy 11. It's been a struggle for Tampa Bay, and given kind of some of the players they have lost, and then the Leo Fernandez injury late in training camp, it's not a surprise for Neil Collins' team. Maybe they're getting things figured out. They lead Miami FC by a score of 1-0. So with that, here is the standings currently in the Eastern Conference. The story right now, Birmingham Legion. Now, you can add 3 points to Lou City. Go ahead and put them up into second with 9 points. But Indy is in a playoff spot. A reminder, that playoff line is drawn between spots 8 and 9 this year. But again, there's a lot of season left to go. Indy has 30 more matches after tonight.
It is. You take a look. You referenced Birmingham and where they're sitting on the table right now. They have put together an absolutely impressive roster after an incredible season last year.
Nico Brett back with the Birmingham Legion. He got both goals in a 2-2 draw against San Diego. He is the player of the week. And, of course, a player we know very well next to him, Manuel Arteaga, playing once again for Juan Guerra in Phoenix. He was also named to the team of the week as well. As far as the upcoming schedule is concerned and other matches that will take place later this evening, here is the Western Conference table. And again, we show you those Western standings in part now because we're going to see everybody during the course of the season. In fact, only 2 teams yet that the Indy 11 have never played in the league match, the ones at the top of your screen, Sacramento and Phoenix. And Phoenix and Birmingham play each other tomorrow. And this reminder, that last match on your screen, that's the first national telecast of the season on ESPN2 between Lou City as well as Miami FC. So there you go. That's your look around the USL Championship. When we come back, first half highlight stats, and if time allows, a conversation with head coach Mark Lowry. His team trails by a goal as you're watching Indy 11 Soccer.
When your cat's a meme and your dog is too.
And it's hard to know what's fake or true.
Just raise a glass with a friend or two.
You tell them more, tell them more, tell them more, do.
It's a crazy world, so what do you do?
You tell them more, tell them more, tell them more, do.
Meet Kate. She has a lot to juggle. Family, work. It can lead to trying days and tired nights. But we know Kate, and at Indiana Members Credit Union, we know at some point her space at a premium life may change. IMCU is here to help Kate and you find your space. Now, add on or remodel with an introductory rate of 3.9% APR on a home equity line of credit. Today, it's all about Kate. Tomorrow, it's all about you. Because at IMCU, it's you that matters.
The main part of my job is definitely listening. People deserve transparency. I don't want the financial part to be something that stops or hinders a patient from having the health care that they need. I try to treat each person like they're my mom or my grandmother, my daughter, my husband. I want them to know that they are not just another phone call for us. And it's very rewarding to know that I can provide peace of mind.
Stand by me.
Brickyard Battalion getting ready to get ramped back up for half number 2. The Indy 11 trailed by a goal to nil, and we are pleased to be joined by, we're used to talking to him as a player. First time we talked to him as an assistant coach. It is Iose that joins us now. Io, obviously, I think there's a lot of things that you liked, just not the score. What was the message from you and Mark to the guys at halftime?
At halftime, they need to continue believing we are doing. I think we did too many good things and try to take a better decision in the final third. But the guys are pushing hard, we are creating chances. We have to continue in the same way.
Anything from a tactic standpoint really a change in half number 2?
Not right now. We want to continue keeping the ball, move the ball faster and try to bring the ball in a good area to create a better chance, and he take the better decision in the final third.
Io, thank you. Good luck in the second half.
Thank you very much.
Iose Garcia. We're a little more apt to use his last name now as an assistant coach compared to his playing days. Again, simply put, the best player to put on an Indy 11 uniform. Now in his 6th season with the club, but first as an assistant coach.
It's great to see him still involved with Indy 11.
So both teams are running. Sun has completely set to our west. A bit more of the chill of the nighttime air is setting in. First time that the Indy 11 have played a team from the Bay Area since the short-lived San Francisco Deltas in 2017, dating back to the last year of the North American Soccer League. The way it feels tonight reminded me of seeing a game at Kezar Stadium in June of 2017. Have I ever told you about that trip before, Brad?
I believe you texted me through the game about the chicken teriyaki sticks.
Beer's pretty good, too. Occasionally, like Wins' Open Cup match, I get to go to a match as a fan. Once a year is good enough for me. Throw in coming here for the Oakland Roots. Jesus Vasquez awaits the challenge of half number 2. You heard what Io had to say. I kind of asked you going into half number 2, what changes do you think we see, if any, for the Indy 11 in this second stanza?
Yeah, you never want to overreact to an individual mistake that leads to a goal. You played well. You had, a huge volume of opportunities in the attacking third. There was a 10 to 15 minute block where it was restart, corner kick. It was completely played in your attacking half. So you have an individual mistake that leads to a goal. You don't need to change anything. Come out, find your rhythm, and continue to see if you can't, possess that ball in the attacking third and make something happen.
Rito's ball a bit strong. Dambrot will pivot that ball away from Eduardo Rito. from the Oakland standpoint of things, from Coach Delgado's perspective, what changes, if any, do you make in half number 2?
Well, I think you might be a little less excited and adventurous in going forward. You know, you'll pick and choose those times a bit differently. But, you know, one thing that you saw on this first throw-in that they had, they're going to be in no hurry to take those restarts. You know, can they take a few minutes off the clock with the ball out of play?
And for both these teams, this is match 3 in an 8-day span. And midweek matches at a minimum early in the year, knowing the large number of U.S. Open Cup matches that will take place. I showed you the graphic at halftime. 20 USL Championship teams advanced on to round number 3.
Good win.
Both teams still have a full complement of substitutions if necessary. When Zadi goes to ground and draws a whistle. We've seen 2 yellows in the first half. Both those went against the Oakland Roots. A yellow to Clementa, a yellow to Morad. Dambrot just a bit behind Aiden Quinn.
And that's tough, too, because when he gets up into the attack, if there's a turnover, that exposes this left side of Indy's back line.
But Indy able to reclaim possession, and now the long-distance ball for Asante.
Oh, what a ball.
Works his way around Barbier. Plays it forward for Martinez. Martinez couldn't settle it. When Zadi sizes up his options, this cross didn't make it through.
Jack Blake, what a marvelous find. Putting that ball right in behind Asante's defender.
The only question about this Indy 11 team so far has been about the finishing. That can get taken care of sooner rather than later. Brad, have you heard of Mom Water?
I have.
Refreshing fruit-infused vodka water with 0 carbonation, 0 sugar, 0 carbs, and only 90 calories. Mom Water is the perfect game day drink, founded in Indiana. Now a proud sponsor of the Indy 11. Please drink and enjoy responsibly.
Gotta admit, that is a pretty clever name.
Ball deflects off of Mfeka, the goal scorer. Ball played forward for Martinez, and Martinez just couldn't get the run right. As far as attacking options are concerned for the Indy 11, Jonas Fjellberg is available for selection off the bench. Juan Tejada available for selection as well. We've seen a lot of Harrison Robledo off the bench in matches this year. He scored the opening goal on Wednesday.
He was fantastic in that match.
21-year-old on loan from FC Cincinnati. Playing on the left side that Donaciano has not spotted. And Quinn doing his best to keep him pinned up on this right sideline. Clementa now gets that diagonal ball.
What a strike.
Good job to get in front of that one by Budati. Despae plays that sideways just to prevent the corner from happening. Now that takes a deflection. It goes right back to Despae. Wenzati, good win. Dambrot. This match brought to us by your Central Indiana Honda dealer. Central Indiana, proud to be Honda's home turf too. Search your local Honda dealer today.
And you like that play from Dambrot in that moment. You know, you're looking for the quick counter.
Martinez heads it back to Gwenzati. Gwenzati, Quinn, trying to find Asante.
You're looking for that quick counter before the wing mids can get back in there and make it a 5-back. But when the touch is a little off and...
Formella's cross. Rito had held up the run. It will be a throw-in, not a goal kick for the Indy 11.
And when that touch doesn't allow it to develop correctly and they get the wing mids back in there and they get it settled in their 5-back, then just pull it back. Let's hold possession.
all the way back to Blanchett. Blanchett has seen a lot of traffic around him, but nothing of the spectacular save variety needed as of yet. Blake takes a tumble. Blake draws a foul. And that is Nane that is the guilty party. Joseph Nane, 36 years of age. Morad will send that sideways. We first saw Nane playing for the New York Cosmos with Sebastian Guenzati and Ioze in 2014. And played for the San Antonio Scorpions the year after that. Nane's third season with the Oakland Roots. Blake, the fine. Lindley, and nobody there. Tonight's game presented in part by Sports Tech HQ. Indiana, winning is in our DNA. For more information, visit forthewinners.com. Outstanding crowd at tonight's match. So the tickets sold into the weekend were over 8,500 for tonight's contest.
Beautiful day. You expect a pretty big walk up too. It'll be interesting to see what the final is.
I had friends that bought tickets today and they had to buy them in the corners. That was what was available. Indy 11 back on the road next week at Orange County. Indy was successful against Orange County last year when they played here. Indy back here for Monterey Bay on April the 22nd. That takes a deflection off of Robbie Dambrot, so a corner coming for the Oakland Roots. Nothing really has materialized yet in possession for the Indy 11 since the halftime break.
And here's one of those things you'll see. This will take 30 seconds off the clock. I'll tell you, I'm a fan of what they do on corner kicks. They put two on there, a right-footed player, a left-footed player. They look and they see how the defenders have lined up and they see where the spaces are for the attack, and then they decide who takes it in this moment.
Diaz Umfeka, that is Lindo Umfeka, our goal scorer. Lays it in, nothing out of the back heel. How quickly can Asante get that ball forward? He finds Martinez. Martinez errant on the offering for Aiden Quinn. Vasquez back to track it down quickly for the boys in the blue checkers tonight. Deespay's header.
A couple of careless balls in the back.
Yep.
Smart play by Deespay. Hey, let's just get it back to Yannick and let's take a little bit of the air out of this.
Guenzati. Doniciano tracking him. Martinez switch sides of the attack. Diagonal run being made. Barbier got there first, and Barbier's touch, everything he would hope for. He would settle for the corner. He'll gladly give the throw in instead.
Great recognition between Budati and Blake. When that ball came back to Blake, that Budati just takes that tucked run in behind his defender.
That's kind of the three-dimensional ball versus the flat ball. Dambrot had kind of drifted back towards the middle of the park. The ball was played into space, hoping he would make that run more towards the corner flag. And restart coming here on a throw-in for the visitors from Oakland. There's Budati, played in 61 matches the last 2 years for Hartford Athletic. This is from Belgium, but represents Morocco in terms of international football. Here's Barbier. Pressure applied by the Indy 11. Come out of there with it. Foul given. It's Deespay whistled for the foul. And credit Oakland, they have kind of withstood the one kind of lengthy run of pressure by the Indy, about a 20-minute stretch in the first half. Indy really has not gotten anything going since halftime. The ball is off the feet of Memo Diaz.
In those long stretches, those runs where you're having opportunity after opportunity after opportunity, and you just can't find the back of the net, they become a little bit haunting. You just start feeling like, uh-oh, we just can't break the seal on it right now.
It's almost been 2 full matches in league play since Indy was able to score a goal. That from Brian Rebiot and the victory against Detroit City on March 25th. That ball takes a turn off an Oakland player. At least I believed it did. There it is. Going coming just past the midfield stripe for Indy. Udati patiently awaits the command to restart. We got a second ball on the field was the cause for the delay. Edel. Udati the target.
Look at those moments when Edel comes up that far and plays in between the 2 center backs. That allows Cam Lindley to play a little bit higher up the field.
Lindley. Blake was the player closest to it. Donasiano, well done. And 3 Indy 11 players surrounding him.
Fantastic individual footwork.
Indy's pay.
That's unreal.
Not bad for 6'4", huh?
That is an unbelievable reach. I mean, if you're a player that's trying to hold him off the ball, good luck.
Right, but certainly he's the first Cuban-born player to play for the Indy 11. Martinez couldn't settle it the way he wanted to.
It was a good ball. I don't think he thought it was going to get through the defender. I think he was a little bit surprised when it landed on him.
Martinez 5 goals last year for Sacramento Republic. Let me show you that. Play has restarted, heading the other direction. Blake lifts it. Martinez gives chase. Nods it down to Guenzali. Now Asante. Asante tried to play it forward, but Barbier got in the way. The sustained possession that we saw in half number 1 has not been replicated by the Indy 11. Morito, bit of a nothing ball that time, but Edel is quickly able to claim.
And you can see some of the thinking of Oakland right here is that they know Indy's got to send bodies forward to try and sustain an attack and create something. And if they can win that ball and dispossess Indy, that there's going to be so many numbers up that they've got a chance to get Indy on the counter.
Here's Dambrot, getting his first start of the year. And that's kind of a typical Robbie Dambrot run. Somehow, some way, ball advances about 40 yards up his side. Martinez takes a tumble. That'll be a whistle. And now a bit of a set-piece opportunity here for him. Let's see if they can create something off of that. Their goal against Detroit was of that ilk, a little bit closer than this one, but it leads to an opportunity.
Yeah, that was, what'd you call it, a Dambrot play, Dambrot
a typical
ball?
Dambrot run.
It's unreal. It's just effort, effort, effort. And if the ball's not falling his way, he'll sometimes just fix it with his work ethic.
It's Jack Blake that will steer this one in. A young man from Nottingham, England. Looking back post, Blanchette got there.
Oh, I like the serve. I like the serve. You just got to get somebody on the front side of Blanchette.
Guenzali was the player that was closest to it. Indy 11 Premium Suites are the perfect way to entertain your guests. Learn more at Indy11.com or call 317-800-685-1100. There are not many seats available suite level next to our broadcast location tonight. Much like the crowd across the way. A lot of folks checking out the Indy 11 tonight. And there are 2 more home matches in April. 22nd and 29th. Ball.
Oh, what a touch.
Next forward looking for Guenzali.
What a clever little touch from Quinn.
Barbier has been a stalwart along that back line for Oakland tonight. Danny has good memories of playing against the Indy 11. His first professional goal came in a 1-0 victory against Indy.
Great straw.
At Lucas Oil on August the 1st, and that has some significance in the history of the Indy 11. That ended a 28-match home unbeaten streak that dated back to 2018. Indy has gone 2 years without losing a match at home. The case in 2019. It was the case in 2016 in this building as well. And both those seasons ended up with deep playoff runs. Martinez, right idea in terms of holding things up. And then Asante runs through the Oakland midfielder.
Yeah, Martinez did everything right except that final touch, that final ball. Brought it down incredibly, was able to hold his defender off of it, was able to turn and get a good look, just misplayed that last pass.
Diaz just held up long enough for Asante to charge through him. On the restart. Ball sent in, and Edel is there waiting.
Wow, dangerous.
Elias was the target. Vasquez. Gonzatti tracking all the way back on this one.
So you got to finish this. What you've done with this little bit of possession and interplay here is you've pulled Oakland up. You've created some space through the midfield and the back line. Now you got to take advantage of it.
There's going to be some substitutions brought on here by Indy. Time for some fresh legs. Harrison Robledo. Brahim Rebion will be the duo that has been summoned from the warm-up area. And Rebion, we thought we would see start tonight in place of Budati. I think that was more of an indication, not against Rebion, but that Budati was match fit after going the distance and then some on Wednesday night. Martinez, Dambrot. Dambrot charging through. Dambrot in the 18. Looking for a teammate to distribute to. Somehow finds Quinn. Quinn plays it across. Another ball through the 18 that is not turned in to a shot opportunity.
That's a great ball by Quinn. You got to find the other end of it. You simply have to find the other end of it.
Of course, this match is brought to us by Community Health Network. Exceptional care simply delivered. Dambrot takes a tumble. Dambrot draws a foul. That's Clemente. He's got to be careful. He's playing on a yellow.
Important. Dambrot, Quinn, Lindley, all triple teamed on that ball. Denied any path out. They're going to win that ball in that space.
You see Rebion and Robledo making their way to the fourth official as we speak. Oakland will counter with a sub of their own. Quinn wins it back, but then gives it away.
Trouble.
Now it's 2v2 at the back. Lindley sprinting back. Rito joins the attack as well. Asks for the flag to go up. It does not, but Pelaez took him a while to figure out which way to turn on that one. And what looked like a bit of danger turned into a whole lot of nothing.
And with a 1-0 lead right now, Oakland has the comfort of sitting back in and trying to absorb pressure.
Great ball by Martinez. Just Asante couldn't play the turf hop properly. Player tumbles for Oakland. Diaz, I think, may have stepped on his own teammate, I believe. Hence the reason why that wasn't a foul given. So we'll show that as substitutions are about to be waved on. See if we can see the impetus of that foul. I'm not sure if it was Formella or was it an Indy 11 player. We do have our first Jiffy Lube substitutions of the match. For Indy, Aiden Quinn will exit as Brian Rebion will enter. For Oakland, their leading goal scorer, Johnny Rodriguez, will be coming on, as he is going to replace Anwar Pelaez. And then Yunus Boudadi is done for the night as well, as Harrison Robledo will enter the match. All of our substitutions brought to us by Jiffy Lube. Rebion will play the right back. How the fourth official listed him is kind of backwards from the Indy 11 perspective. Robledo is going to really replace Quinn, and Rebion will replace Boudadi.
In their victory against New Mexico, Rodriguez comes on, and within 2 minutes, he winds up scoring the game-winning goal.
Rodriguez, the longest tenured member of the Oakland Roots. He has been there since 2020, dating back to the Nisa days of the Roots. Started just one match out of 4, but again has 2 of their 4 goals in league play to this point. Ball knocked forward that Edel will scamper over and track down. So Rebion has to finish the closing 30 minutes. Martinez, great hustle, but didn't lead to anything in terms of possession for the Indy 11. Now Barbier will knock it forward. Nifty little touch by Formella. Now he'll take it down the left flank. Dees Pay got in the way, but it will be an Oakland Roots throw in. Tonight's game presented in part by Sports Tech HQ. Indiana, winning is in our DNA. For more information, visit forthewinners.com. Rito, well done by Dambrot. Martinez to his left, Wenzani to his right, but Rito in his hip pocket, who wins it right back.
What an impressive recovery by Rito. Loses the ball, Dambrot's got him by about 5 yards, chases him down, wins it back for the Roots.
Rito, his 2nd year with the Oakland Roots. Donasiano works his way around Jack Blake. Nane. Well, he might give it a hit from distance, but the build-up sublime for Oakland. Looking back post for Rodriguez, and he was in an offside position had he touched it anyway. You mentioned the fact that Eduardo Rito on your screen there. From Venezuela, 2nd year with the team. I'm going to say that Juan Guerra played a hand in bringing him to the East Bay.
I would guess.
Giveaway here. Opportunity here. Mfeka saved by Edel, but Formella is there waiting to pick up the loose chains. 2-0 Oakland Roots, and Indy 11 in some dire straits here with 20+ minutes left to go. Was the first time that Indy kind of looked nervous at the back the entire evening. It is a whole different match now. And Mfeka has played a huge role in both goals this evening. Even if that one is taken care of by Darish Formella.
Unforced error. You got 2 in this game, and at this level, you just can't have them.
So substitutions have been brought in as well. Brian Tamakis now enters the fray. So he will come in for Mfeka. That was the end of his night. So was there enough time in this one for Indy to find the net twice? They have not done that in a league match this season. They too have scored just once in the run of play. Thing into tonight now. Robledo. Got barreled into by Tamakis, who just entered. Tamakis is from El Salvador. In fact, has spent 62 caps playing for the El Salvadorian national team. And for Alianza the last 3 seasons. This is his second appearance in a league match for Oakland.
And mentally right now, you need to break this up into chunks. You can't be looking at 2 goals and saying, oh, you know, we got to get to it. The thing you have to focus on right now is getting 1, getting this thing within reach.
Lindley will send it in. That ball had eyes. Dispay! No. Left foot by.
Wow.
Martinez on the follow-up. The service by Lindley, amazing. Dispay hits an absolute rocket. And Blanchett was stunned by how quickly that ball was on him.
Yeah, he puts that anywhere else, and it's 2-1, and this game has a completely different feel to it.
And the Blanchett for the save. Toughest one he's had to make so far. And again, he frankly has not seen much the way of traffic in half number 2. Rodriguez with the left foot, didn't get what he wanted to on it. And Edel will clear it. Now Blake. Wenzati. Martinez gets behind the defense. Martinez cuts it back. Asante.
Oh, too much, too much.
Lindley. Nobody there, back post. Asante there's nothing in that one. Is this the case where the Indy guys are sitting almost kind of waiting for the perfect shooting opportunity?
It sure looked like that. You know, there's sometimes you got to hit a shot with a quarter window, a half window open instead of waiting for the thing to pop completely open. Got to pull the trigger. And here's the thing: when these are goal scorers out here, you've got an impressive lineup of players in this front line, in this midfield. As soon as it happens, they're going to start pouring in. But somebody's got to pull the trigger and make that first one go.
Tonight's match was led in part by Johnson Controls. Johnson Controls, the power behind your mission. Rebillon. In his 3rd different stint playing for Mark Lowry. Somehow finds Harrison Robledo.
Yeah, you got to be careful. You can't look to force a ball at the edge of your defensive third across the entire field.
Vasquez. Martinez. Lindley looking for Robledo on the backside. Tamakis sweeps it to the left side. So a corner coming, and again Indy has to take chances and pull some more players forward here.
Here's a great opportunity right now.
Ball sent in. Robledo has a hit, and Blanchett skies it. Does Jack Blake give it a go from distance? Yes, he does. Ball headed down. Wenzati left foot, cuts it back. Goal kick.
Wow.
Another missed opportunity. Asante trying to figure out where that went wrong for the Indy 11. Wenzati was onside. That's a wonderful camera angle to show you. And frankly, Asante was too after the ball was poked his way by Wenzati. So the flag accurately stayed down on both of those chances.
Right. You like the feel right now. You like the feel, but it's got to get in.
The proverbial wall continues to remain in place in front of the Indy 11. Rodriguez skies and cannot track that one down. Sports This match is brought to us by the Denny Companies, tearing down the past so you can build the future. Asante races forward. He touched it last. You know, whether it's just kind of the way that it has worked out this match or something that Oakland has done tactically, what you have not seen is a lot of Solomon Asante being able to create from the wing. The way that we saw late in the match against Las Vegas on Saturday, the way that we saw numerous times against Michigan Stars on Wednesday. Is that something Oakland, frankly, has taken away, Brad?
Well, when you look at it, with the way that they're playing, they've got the 3 backs and then the 2 wing midfielders. So you've got 5 across that back line. That's not something that he faced in those other 2 matches that you talked about.
Rito perfectly timed. Edelin retreat mode. Chipped and make it 3. It's all Oakland tonight. Eduardo Rito, a thing of beauty. And Oakland appears going to get all 3 points here in Indianapolis on their first ever trip to the mic. We have last seen Rito playing for New York Red Bulls too. 2019 and 2020, and calmly, coolly lifts that one up and over Yannick Edel.
Handled it perfectly.
If you're Mark Lowry, how concerned are you by these developments? Again, tonight doesn't appear is going to be your night, but anything that you see tonight that's troubling for Mark going forward?
No, you've got a great roster of players, both character and skill wise. You're down 2-0 because of 2 individual mistakes that are uncharacteristic from 2 of your most consistent players. You're not worried by that at all.
And he'll be back in action against Orange County on Saturday night. Last year, the trips to California were not kind for the Indy 11. Dambrot slices in. Rito commits the foul, and set piece coming quickly for the Indy 11. Last year, a pair of 5-goal losses to Monterey Bay and San Diego Loyal. This is a far different and far better Indy 11 team than we saw from that team at times a season ago. A few fans starting to make their way towards the exits. This being a 3-goal difference. Blake to send it in. Looking back post, Blanchette has to parry it away. It'll be a corner coming. Cam Lindley races to that flag. Martinez will leave it for him. Gustavo Risi and Juan Tejada have the kits on and are ready to head towards the 4th official when given the opportunity to do so.
It's a good serve.
He's paid. At the 6, just couldn't keep it on target.
He's shown that if you put it up there, he'll find it. He'll get the other side of it.
Risi and Tejada have made their way to the 4th official now. Of course, this match is brought to us by Keystone Construction. Keystone Construction, it's more than construction. We build a vision. Formella couldn't track that one down. Exiting for Indy 11 will be Robbie Dambrot as Risi comes in. Risi spent time in MLS Next Pro a season ago. And Solomon Asante is done for the night, and he comes flying across the field as well. As Tejada is on to replace him. Juan got a goal late in the Open Cup victory on Wednesday. Rabion, Wenzati. Wenzati goes down. That'll be a foul. I'm not sure the difference in a foul or a foul with a card is all that significant at this stage for Indy.
Yeah, it looked like he went to his pocket.
And it will be a card. And I thought, again, not for the ferocity of the foul, but the denial of the opportunity.
Right.
I think that's the right decision by Matt Thompson. But that is a second yellow, and that's going to be a red. So is that against Clemente? Well, if that's the case, that is a significant foul. So again, Clemente is saying, hey, that wasn't me. The official says, yes, it was, which is your second yellow. So now let's take a look. Yeah, that would be on Clemente. Yep. He's the guilty party. So now can you make up 3 goals in 12 to 13 minutes up a man? Obviously, that has an effect on Oakland for their next match as well. Emma Clemente going to be done for the night.
You need to grab one here.
Right.
You need to get a little bit of life back.
Has to be immediate. Looking back post, headed down, but couldn't keep it on frame.
The frustrating part is these last couple you've gotten to first.
Clemente has to go all the way back to the locker room. He'll want to stay on the team bench area. That is a lengthy walk, but he can do so with a 3-goal advantage. Rodriguez will clear that one. Whistle against the Indy 11. And we're about to see a old friend take to the pitch against the Indy 11 for the first time in 5 years. This will actually be his league debut with his new team. He played in the Open Cup match on Tuesday. He's wearing a different number than we're used to. But Neville Hackshaw, about to be the final substitution of the night for the Oakland Roots.
A great career he had here. Fan favorite.
First team All-League 1 year, second team All-League another year. Not been at that level the last couple of years, but had a brace late in the season for the Indy 11 last year. Of course, this match is brought to us by Community Health Network. Exceptional care, simply delivered. Hackshaw has made his way to the 4th official. We'll see him next stoppage in play. Rodriguez continuing to attack. You would know that Oakland's down a man how this is being played right now. When Zadi takes a tumble. Another whistle is given. Another card is going to be shown. I'll go to Tamakis. And Indy trying to restart quickly, but again, 4th official has his board up. So welcome back to Neville Hackshaw. Again, he played against the Indy 11 in 2018 for the Charleston Battery. Spent his last 4 years playing here in Indy. Of course, spent time playing for the national team of Trinidad and Tobago as well. Neville is the player that has played in the 5th most matches in the history of the Indy 11. 93 caps in his 4 years of playing for the boys in blue.
Hey, one of the things that was so impressive about his time here in Indy, in the dominant player that he was for us, when he was called away on national duty,
there was an effect.
We couldn't get a point.
By the way, Alan Torres is going to make his way to the 4th official. He'll be the last sub for the Indy 11 tonight. The former Academy product for the Indy 11 turned professional. He played the first half in the Open Cup victory on Wednesday for Indy. Gustavo Ricci. Cam Lindley. Couldn't get it through. Now Blake digs in, then taken right back. Now there's space to operate for Oakland. In the pocket picked by Despace. Back and forth action, but the sands of the hourglass continue to go against the Indy 11. Rebion. Blast from distance. Gave Blanchett a scare, but couldn't find the frame. So Torres will come in. Cam Lindley will be done a few minutes earlier tonight. So Torres, the native of Elkhart, Indiana. Spent last year playing for Forward Madison. Forward Madison will play their U.S. Open Cup second round tie against Chicago House in the Peter Wilt Bowl coming up on Tuesday. That match was postponed because of forecasted severe weather for that area on Wednesday night, which clearly happened.
Oh, I think if Martinez would have flicked that ball on, you had Tejada over his shoulder, making a run right into goal.
Tonight's match was presented in part by McGowan Insurance. They're a proud partner of the Indy 11. You see how you spell McGowan on your screen? Tack on INSGRP to the back of that name.com for all of your insurance needs. Not enough in that.
Get Guenzati. Love to see that. And that's why you wear the captain's armband. You never quit.
The word that is so often associated with him is work rate. Opportunity here. Guenzati. Robledo. Robledo trying to create a window of space and just not there tonight. Well, ricochets off Robledo. Harrison turned 21 in February, right as he was loaned to the Indy 11 from FC Cincinnati. Young men that spent time both in the youth system of New York City FC as well as the team just to the southeast on I-74. Robledo. And Oakland playing down a man, but the absence of Clemente, frankly, has not been that noticeable. It's not a knock on him. That's more of how well his teammates have played throughout the course of the night.
It's the place that you're at in the game right now. Is Oakland doesn't have to open up 3-goal lead. You can be down a player and you can still stay compact in the back and in the middle.
Just 3 minutes of added time. Stay tuned. We will have post-game coverage. And our affiliates in Indianapolis on Wish TV. WHME, Channel 46 in South Bend, and WLMO, Channel 2 in Fort Wayne. I wonder if we'll have these matches on across the state of Indiana for a first time. For our viewers on ESPN Plus, our match broadcast will end relatively quickly at the end of regulation. As always, we thank our friends, our Central Indiana Honda dealers. Central Indiana, proud to be Honda's home turf too. Search your local Honda dealer today. It's going to be a second consecutive league home match without the benefit of a goal. One thing they could not do tonight, especially early, was convert corner kicks. In fact, in this match, Indy had 8 corner kicks. More on that in a matter of moments. Here's Torres. It's just not been that sharp from the Indy 11 the last 30 minutes. And then Torres is going to get, once possession was lost by Oakland, he was dinged for the foul.
Yeah, once they went down 2-0, there was a little bit of a heartbeat, a little bit of energy, and then the crispness on the ball has just diminished.
You can cite the fact that it's 3 matches in 8 days, but you know what? It's a case for Oakland too. I think Oakland had to make a lengthy trip to get here. Their first ever visit here has been a very memorable one for the Roots. Credit Oakland. As we said, they have been a playoff team each of the last 2 years. They've kind of just, you wouldn't say snuck in, one of the last teams to qualify, and then they've been on the road and won a playoff match in each of the last 2 years. Vasquez for Reese. Reese's cross deflected and then kept in play by Oakland.
Brilliant ball by Vasquez.
And Rito has been absolutely tremendous at doing this. Ask for a handball on D's pay, they'll get it. And that's it. Just no need for further activity. Well, Oakland had a flourish at the start. Got a late first half goal and never let Indy get on track in half number 2. Second half was all Oakland, even playing a man down for the final 15 minutes. And your final score this evening, Oakland Roots 3, Indy 11-0.
You've been in 3-0 games where it's 3-0. Should have been 3-0 because you were just outplayed. But then you're in 3-0 games sometimes where it's like, how did that happen? We had these stretches where we were the better team for large blocks of the game.
Tonight was Oakland's night. Their second win of the season. For the Indy 11, they fall to a win, a loss, and a draw in the early stages of the campaign. And in this case, it was the California team coming east. Next week, it's the Indiana team going west as they had to play Orange County. Tonight's stat of the game is brought to us by Sports Tech HQ. Indy 11 had 8 corners in tonight's match. That's our stat of the game. Again, could not convert any of them. Anything you'd like to see differently on the set pieces so far from the Indy 11?
I think you take a look, and I think I mentioned it in the last 15, 20 minutes. You're getting to the other end of it. So, you're having the right serve. You're having the right runs. You're winning the ball in there. Now it's that focus and that conversion. The next piece is they got to go on frame. You got to test the keeper.
Neville Hackshaw may be on the field for a while. He's going to say hello to every former teammate that he played with the Indy 11. When you've been here for 4 years, you know everybody and their brother here in Indianapolis. There might be a walk towards the Brickyard Battalion for one of the all-time greats to play for the Indy 11. He is all smiles. His home team is not that way tonight, as Oakland had the better of things this evening. Opening goal by Lindo Mfeka. And goals by Formella on the finish. Tapped off by Eduardo Rito. As always, even in defeat, the Indy 11 players thanking the fans for their efforts this evening. They'll next see them in 2 weeks. The smoke billow to start the match, it would not be seen from again. It was level for the opening 40 minutes. Oakland Roots got a lead on this play before halftime and never looked back. They would tack on 2 more in half number 2. They win it going away 3-0. Goodbye for now from Indianapolis. Thank you for joining us for Indy 11 Soccer.
This copyrighted telecast of the United Soccer League Championship cannot be retransmitted, rebroadcast, or reproduced without the expressed written consent of the United Soccer League Championship.
Trade your current vehicle and get more. Save thousands with 0.9% financing or payments from $249 a month. Drive with 2 years of complimentary Honda maintenance. To trade, save, and drive, search your local Honda dealer.
Meet Chip. 30 years ago, he started a small business with a big idea. Today, there's a new building, a new fleet of equipment, and a new era of leadership. But we know Chip, and at Indiana Members Credit Union, we know he plans to keep growing, building business with the next generation. IMCU is here to help with secure and simple account management tools and commercial financing to grow business. Today, it's all about Chip. Tomorrow, it's all about you. Because at IMCU, it's you that matters.
Con el 1, 2, 3, que tú vas a ver con el 1, 2, 3, que chévere, actitud, actitud, actitud. Esto se hizo para bailar como el mambo, cuando tú lo escuchas te enloqueces bailando.
When your cat's a meme and your dog is too.
And it's hard to know what's fake or true.
Just raise a glass with a friend or two.
You tell them more, tell them more, tell them more, do.
It's a crazy world, so what do you do?
Tell them more, tell them more, tell them more.
Tonight's match is presented by your Central Indiana Honda dealers. Central Indiana is proud to be Honda's home turf too. Search your local Honda dealer today. And by Community Health Sports Medicine. Exceptional care, simply delivered. Back pitch side here at Carroll Stadium again. Not the night the Indy 11 had envisioned. Again, a great crowd on hand. You saw kind of what we have become accustomed to from this Indy 11 team during chunks of the first half. That same rhythm never discovered in half number 2. Oakland would find the back of the net twice. They win 3-0. Now, tonight wasn't exactly an award-winning performance for the Indy 11. Brad and I thought these awards were actually for us when the day started. Then we actually looked on what is on the bottom of these things, and you really can't see them here. But these would be the championship-winning trophies that the Indy 11 Academy squads put together last weekend in South Florida. This is the USL Academy Cup, and these are teams that all have an affiliation to some USL side, whether it's in the Championship, League One, or even in League Two. And that picture is so good. Those two trophies you saw in front of us, that's Kiki Wallace, who heads up the Indy 11 Academy operations and is the coach of the U19 team. And yes, you win trophies. They get their own seats on the plane on the way back as well. I think back to the U19 team with guys like Palmer Alt, even Alan Torres, that won the Academy League playoffs in December of 2021. This is kind of the season opening tournament before league play for the U19s gets underway. But Champions U15, coached by Peter Baugh. Champions U19, coached by Kiki Wallace. Brad, explain the importance of what the Indy 11 is doing at the academy level.
Well, I think in the big picture, you look at the future. You're developing your own players, and you're not just developing talented players and talented teams, but you're developing champions. And winning is so contagious. And every level on a team and every level in an organization, every win, every championship starts to lead into the other. It just becomes the expectation.
Now, our friends, Mike Watts and Devin Kerr, were on the call of both the U19 championships. I don't think we're going to go full sound, but trust me, they did a great job with it. The goal that was scored in the boys' U19 championship match came by Grayson Elmquist. And Elmquist scored in all 4 matches in the tournament. And this is a world-class finish you're about to see here in a few seconds. So again, you'll see kind of the ball kind of bounce around the mixer just a little bit. But all it took was one touch from the edge of the 18. And this may be an academy tournament. You're going to see a professional level strike coming up momentarily.
Look at that hit.
How about that?
Look at that hit.
And that was the only goal in the U19 championship match, but that was what netted one of these 2 trophies that is currently in front of us now. The young men at the U19 level I want you to hear this. Hang on. Gotta love that build-up. And that ceremony was repeated twice over the course of last Sunday down in South Florida. The U19 kids will start to have their own Academy League. So they'll play matches starting in say, mid-May. And again, they'll have another competition and hopefully qualify for the Academy League playoffs and hopefully win them again. And that'll be coming up a little bit later on at the end of the season. And while we haven't talked that much about the Academy guys yet, in other words, they really haven't been dressing because injury situation's been good, largely for the Indy 11. Kind of 19 full pros right now for this Indy 11 team. The Academy guys have not been dressing. But think of guys like Alan Torres 2 years ago, Diego Sanchez, Cris Revelorio. Go back to, say, 2019, a Josh Penn that was here on an Academy level deal. Those are guys that play an important role for depth, an important role for training, and what an opportunity for those guys that are based here in Indianapolis to play against pros each and every day.
Right, and it only makes you get better. You've already established yourself as an elite player to get into that academy level, but now you start to train against pros. You start to get that little bit of edge that's different in the younger training environment.
And we're not allowed to take these home with us, right?
That's not what I heard. I heard the one with the captain's band belongs to you, and I get the other one.
Good night, everybody. Thank you. I'd like to thank the Academy for this. Literally, I want to thank the Academy for this, for delivering these trophies to the Indy 11. And glad that we can, again, showcase this. And as I told Kiki on Soccer Saturday, if this isn't the back of your Christmas card picture this year, you are completely doing it wrong.
I love that picture there.
USL Academy Cup success for the Indy 11. Unfortunately, not the same success tonight for the boys in blue as they fall to the Oakland Roots 3-0. Stay tuned. More post-game coverage comes your way next on Wish TV and the Indy 11 television network.
Trade your current vehicle and get more. Save thousands on all new CRVs with 3.9% financing or $329 a month. Drive with 2 years of complimentary Honda maintenance. To trade, save, and drive, search your local Honda dealer.
It's very true that it takes a village to raise a child. And when it comes to my healthcare village at Community Health Network, it's all nestled right in my phone. Accessing healthcare is the ability to be connected with your provider and ask a question when you need it. I feel like when I'm meeting with a community nurse practitioner or doctor, they're tuned in to what is going on with me and the way that they can serve me best.
Stand by me.
Bring color to life with the very best paint, only at your Sherwin-Williams store.
When it has a 182-point inspection by factory-trained technicians, Honda certified it. When it has a 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty, Honda certified it. Only when you buy a certified pre-owned Honda at your local Honda dealer, Honda certified it.
Again, welcome back. Pitch side here at Carroll Stadium. Greg Rakestraw, Brad Hunter with you. We hope to catch up with Mark Lowry at some point in time. And not the night that he had envisioned or anybody with the Indy 11. Credit Oakland. They came in here, had a plan, and played awfully well. Took advantage of their chances 3-0. So how can you kind of, remedy your sorrows as an Indy 11 fan after a loss? Well, you can buy the latest Indy 11 gear, and thankfully, I'm now connected to the guy that handles all of these things for the Indy 11. So usually I'm like a professional, before model. Brad would be the after, but you're going to let me like model gear like every time in the post-game show. It's a little chilly. I'm not going to completely ditch the jacket. Explain to me the game day shirt and offer that it was taking place tonight.
Yeah, so this is a game day shirt, $35 normally because it's 3-1-7 night. It's $31.70. If you are a season ticket holder, an additional 20% off.
I can actually do the math on the 20% off part. That's like a $25 shirt.
I can't do that math.
And as they make them in big folk sizes if I am the one wearing them. So shop.indy11.com is where you can find out more. And again, I know this is something that really is near and dear to your heart. There's going to be kind of like a different nightly special in conjunction with every Indy 11 home match.
Right. Well, we want to grow Indy 11, and the more places that you see the badge, the more places you can connect with it. You know, the stronger the engagement is going to be between the club and the fan base. So we're excited about getting out into the community in a variety of different ways: camps, clinics, and then merchandise.
Not to cover up the Indy 11 logo, I apologize for that, but it is a bit chilly out here this evening. So as you see, Brad's going with the Puma gear underneath the scarf that he has going as well. Mark Lowry's about to make his way to our broadcast position in a matter of moments. Cam Lindley still out signing autographs for fans. Of course, he's going to know a lot of friends and family here at every game throughout the course of the season. All right, Mark Lowry's kind enough to join us after a disappointing result. Mark, overall, your thoughts about how things played out for your team tonight?
I don't know how we lost the game 3-0. Outshot them out, everything, and that was the shots we didn't take because we should have taken more. But we looked tired. I think Wednesday night really took its toll. You could see in moments just